Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Leslie, and you popped into the Crafty Palette. It's just my little corner of the web where I have fun. I play, I have fun. So many of you have asked, do you babysit your 3D printer? Do you sit here continuously? Well, she's going with the AI here on the side working its magic. Am I babysitting it today? Yes, I am. Why? Because this is one of my absolute favorite colors. It's kind of a blue green, and I am praying to the filament gods that I have enough to complete this project. So I'm babysitting it. So, what do I do while I'm babysitting it? Well, let's see. I did some cleanup. I did some future content planning. I made a couple of sales. I created a couple of logbooks, one for my laser, one for my 3D printer. And now, what am I doing? Well, I have a little princess coming up on her, oh gosh, I can't say little anymore, on her 10th birthday. Cannot believe that my granddaughter is 10 years old. So, what do? Well, you give yourself a challenge. You go into the paper crafting supplies that you have, you go into the birthday section, and you pull out an envelope. And this is the one I pulled out from 2024 from Stephanie at the Stamps of Life. This is not sponsored. It is just one of those kits that I really, really believe in. Am I still getting them? Not at this time. Will I get them again? For sure. Why am I not getting them right now? Because I have a truckload and I need to use some up so that I can then go ahead, resubscribe, and refresh my stock. So to that end, I pulled that envelope out and I took a couple of minutes and we are going to create a card. So I chose this as my secondary layer, this as my first layer, and I'm going with simple white for my card base, which if you guys have been on this channel for a while, you know that I use A4 cards and that I keep them cut and ready to go. Yes, I am cutting my own. I find it much cheaper than buying pre-cut. But if pre-cut is the way for you to go, then please feel free to do so. There are no rules except to enjoy yourself. So what have I picked? Well, let's go through this. As you can see, I picked a Snow White card base, which is a 110-pound cardstock, so nice and sturdy. I looked into the pad of paper that comes with this kit, and I picked some simple paper out. There is a lot of paper in here, a lot. There is 2 prints of each, one on the larger side, one on the smaller side. And so what I did was I pulled this sheet out, sorry, and I cut it to the size that I needed it. And then I pulled this sheet. This used to be a full sheet of cupcakes, and they match with this, which is the die cut of the month. And so what I did was, or it is a die cut. I can't remember if it's the one of the month. But anyway, I used the outline, or I will use the outline to cut out that cupcake. So let's do it right now. As you can see, I have it here and waiting. So what I do is I use my pink tape. I line it up just like so. I love that she has pre-prints available for me to use, but if you didn't want to do that, she also supplied some lovely clear cupcake stamps. So let's grab our little sidekick here, fasten him down, grab our cutting plates, and let's get started. I think I'll go this way this time because I went the other way the last time. Try and tilt your die cut at an angle so that you don't create that bump or straight on ridge that causes the machine to work even harder. And we're just going to put it through here, and away we go. I love this little guy. I don't have to pull out the big one. Don't get me wrong, I love my big ones. I have enough of them that you know I love them. But when I don't have much room on my work surface, I just pull out the little one and I go to town. Now this little piece of pink tape that I just pulled off is still usable, so I do that. Okay, so now what do I want to do? I'm going to set these aside and I'm going to assemble my base. But first I want to put this away because if I don't, it's going to go missing. I just know it. So I keep them together in there, and then I have an envelope in here. Nope, sorry guys, it's right here. I have an envelope right here where I keep the second set that is available. She always has the main monthly set and then a second set on offer that's just a bit different and helps to expand the usage of your kit. So I love that about Steph's products. So let's set this aside. The little things you saw in there are the freebies. This also came with it. And it's a package of stickers. They say, happy birthday to you. You make me happy. Make a wish and eat cupcakes and be happy. So we'll save those. We got some sparkly gems in this kit. We got some ribbon in this kit. You always get an idea card to help you along the way. And there we go. We've got a clean surface to once again function from. I'm just going to grab my glue here. And actually, before I do this, I do have some iridescent medium. Now, this isn't the purpose of this medium, but I use it for this purpose anyway because I love doing it this way. I just take my paintbrush and I dip it in to the lid and I add a little iridescence to whichever part of my card I want to have them. And if you slip out of the line a little bit, you can just push it back. And I think that I will put some iridescence right along these lines, right here, just to give her a bit of sparkle and glam because she's, at that age where that stuff is still important. So here we go. It's not a lot, it's just enough to add a bit of shine or iridescence without having to pull out a bunch of micro powders. If I was doing a bigger area, I would pull out my micro powders for sure. So there we go. That is that. I will clean that brush after and get it put away. I just use a wipe to clean it. And now this can dry while we do this. Okay, this piece is cut at 5 by 3 3/4. And I am just going to grab my glue here and get it going. You just never know, do you? And here we go. I just make sure to have a little bit of extra glue in each corner. I usually do a bunch of dots. And then just lightly up the side. I used to have a bottle with a bigger tip for this part, but it seems to have grown legs and walked. So I just make do with this one till I find it, which I will. It will come to me. One day when I am not looking for it, don't need it. It's just going to appear because that's the way the craft room works. And I'll go, what the heck was it doing in here? I just know I will. So there we go. We now have that down. And I just take my big scraper here. You could use any tool you want. And I just give it a rub down. Just like that. And now I am going to go ahead and do some stamping while both of these dry. But first, the lid. There we go. And now for the stamping, I'll just grab it. It's right here. Oh, there we go. Sorry, not an advertisement, just thirsty. Here we go. I am using the words sending you or sending you. Oh, sorry. Let me get it the right way. It's hard to read here. Sending you sweet cupcake wishes. So what I am going to do is grab my red paper here that I want to use to stamp on. I have my scissors and I'm just going to cut myself a piece of this red scrap paper. And I have on this a tacky sheet that holds my paper in place. It was just one that I bought off the Amazon a long time ago. And what I do is just place it on there and tack it down. Then I grab this and I lay it down right in the middle. Okay, and then do this. And if you had to, if you were making a multitude of cards, you could, of course, just keep doing this because your stamp is now set up and ready to go. So here we go. I'm using Memento black ink. Ink it up well. If you make a mistake, if you miss a letter or whatever, don't forget it's stuck on here so you can restamp in the same position. I love that. Many a time I've restamped. So let's do this. This little tool is just from Amazon. It cost me a couple of bucks. Saves my hands. There we go. And sending you sweet cupcake wishes is now stamped. I'll just pull this off. And I want to put it right away while my ink dries so that I know I haven't lost it, because I also know that if I lose this, whoops, stamp set. Like if I lose any pieces, I probably would not be able to replace them because there's probably none left in her warehouse. So there we go. We'll put that away. And now we have our cupcake wishes stamped. And where did I set that? That's one thing about this. It is clear, and boy oh boy, sometimes finding it is its own challenge. So let's set that aside, and we are ready to start assembling. I'm just going to do some straight as possible cutting here, although trusting myself to do this, probably not my smart choice today. Okay, you know what? Not gonna work, so that is why we have these. Oh, Lord. And that's what I mean by just relax and have fun. Just do what you want. And I promise you that if you stick to it. Okay, hang on. I'm going to grab my pink tape here. And you relax and you just enjoy the process. You will be happy with what you make. The other rule to remember is that everything can be fixed, number one. And in crafting, there's no mistakes. There's just happy accidents. Okay, so we got that side done. Now I'll do this side. I love this pink tape. It has saved me on many an occasion. There we go. I really want this to stand out, so I'm not cutting it down too thin because there is a lot going on my background. So cutting it too thin would be a mistake. And there we go. Oh, before I put my arm in it, we will cover this up. I will put this back on here because as long as it's sticky, it's usable. Okay, guys, here we go. We will assemble our card. So for the assembly, I have these items. There we go. Uh-oh, it looks like my glue is going to be a little difficult. There we go. Now, I was, when my print started on the 3D printer, I was sitting at this table and I was doing some work, writing some things out, and the whole table shook. It was doing the vibration test. Okay, there we go. Now, I think for this, I want to grab, yeah, this is an acrylic 3D pen, or sorry, this is an acrylic paint pen. And I am just going to dot, 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 dot. Just like it. Just to give it some more dimension. That's all I want to do. I think I need to replace the blade in my cutter because it's leaving some pretty big spots. Now I'll let that dry and I'll show you the iridescence on that cupcake. Isn't that cute? So for my cupcake, I think I want to place it this way. But first, I want to do this. Well, you know what? This came from the dollar store. And it is a bit of an older one. So while I am using it up, I like to go ahead and help it stay on. It's just, I'm not saying that it wouldn't. It's more of my paranoia. Just call me paranoid. There we go. I love foam tape. It gives such dimension to things. And then I'm just going to go along with it and keep going and keep going. There we go. And let's put this right here in the middle. And see how easy a kit makes it to just sit and create. That is why I love a good kit, guys. Just to sit and create. I just need about that much. You hear that rattling? I don't know if you can hear it, but it's the cups rattling that are on the shelf over there from the 3D print over here. When it shakes my world, it really shakes the world. Okay, we're just going to add this on here like so. And that is it, guys. A nice, simple card. So, like I have said many times in my videos, if you're new to card making and you don't want to run from point A to point B to point C, or you don't want to forget something, buy your basic tools, your scissors, your glue, maybe a tape runner, and maybe a bit of removable tape. Painter's tape could work. And then just get yourself a card kit. They are awesome. I don't care if you get it from Spellbinders, if you get it from Pink and Main, if you get it from Anna Griffin, if you get it from Steph here at the Stamps of Life. If you find a generic one on Amazon, it doesn't matter. What matters is you're creating something beautiful. Take care. Have a good day. And I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye.